Imagine being on the brink of one of the biggest matches of your career, carrying the hopes of an entire nation on your shoulders, and instead of support, you're met with body shaming. Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly what happened to Indian cricket captain Rohit Sharma just before the crucial semi-final match. Cricket is more than just a sport in India. It's an emotion, a unifying force that brings millions together. And at the heart of this passion stands Rohit Sharma, the Indian captain known for his exceptional leadership and explosive batting. But just before India's high-stakes semi-final, an unexpected controversy overshadowed the excitement. A senior leader from the Indian National Congress made a remark about Rohit Sharma's physique, triggering a storm of criticism. Fans were furious, celebrities voiced their disapproval, and even politicians weighed in. Was this just an offhand comment, or was it something more, something that reflected a larger issue of body shaming in sports? As tensions ran high and emotions flared, the controversy took on a life of its own. But how did it all start? What exactly was said? And why did it create such a massive backlash? Let's dive into the details of this shocking incident that had the entire cricketing world talking. The ICC Cricket World Cup was reaching its most crucial phase. India, a team that had dominated the tournament with an unbeaten streak, was just one step away from securing a place in the final. The anticipation was electric. Fans were glued to their screens. Analysts were making bold predictions, and every Indian supporter was rallying behind their captain, Rohit Sharma. Known for his calm demeanor and fearless batting, Rohit had led his team with confidence, silencing critics with his performances. But just before the all-important semi-final, an unexpected controversy erupted, one that had nothing to do with cricket. A senior leader from the Indian National Congress made a derogatory remark about Rohit Sharma's weight, mocking his physique in a way that instantly caught public attention. The comments spread like wildfire, igniting outrage across social media. Supporters were furious. How could a national leader insult the very man carrying India's hopes? Was this just an insensitive joke, or did it expose a larger problem of body shaming in professional sports? As the news gained momentum, it became more than just a passing controversy. The debate took over headlines, sparking discussions on respect, sportsmanship, and the undue pressure athletes face beyond their performance on the field. And just like that, the focus shifted from cricket to controversy, setting the stage for an explosive backlash. As the semi-final approached, Rohit Sharma remained focused, preparing for what could be one of the biggest matches of his career. But outside the stadium, a storm was brewing. The comment made by the Indian national Sharma Mohammed was not just a passing joke. It was a public insult that belittled an athlete who had given his all for the country. Social media exploded. Fans took to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, demanding an apology. Hashtags like #RespectRohit and #ShamefulComment began trending within hours. Prominent cricketers, Bollywood celebrities, and even political figures weighed in, calling out the leader's insensitive remark. But what made this even more controversial was the timing. Just before a crucial World Cup semi-final, why would someone make such a comment? Was this a calculated move to distract the team? Or was it simply an example of how deeply ingrained body shaming is in society? What made the backlash even stronger was Rohit Sharma's history. He had faced criticism about his fitness early in his career, but had worked tirelessly to prove himself, silencing doubters with his incredible performances. Yet here he was again, dragged into an unnecessary controversy when his focus should have been on leading India to victory. Adding to the intrigue, reports surfaced that this wasn't the first time a cricketer had been fat-shamed. Legends like Inzamam-ul-Haq and Shane Warne had also faced similar criticism during their careers, despite their undeniable contributions to the game. It raised an important question. Why is body shaming still so prevalent in sports, where performance should be the only measure of an athlete's worth? Meanwhile, the Congress leader Sharma Mohammed, at the center of the controversy, remained silent. No apology, no clarification, just a growing wave of anger directed at him. Would he finally respond to the outrage, or would this issue be swept under the rug like so many others? As the pressure mounted, all eyes were on Rohit Sharma. Would he let this insult affect his performance, or would he use it as motivation to prove, once again, why he is one of the greatest cricketers of his generation. The answer would soon unfold on the field, but the controversy was far from over. The day of the semi-final arrived. The stadium was packed, millions were watching from home, and the weight of a nation's expectations rested on Rohit Sharma's shoulders. But this time, it wasn't just about winning a cricket match. It was about rising above the controversy, about silencing the noise with his bat. As Rohit walked onto the field, the echoes of the Congress leader's insults still lingered. Social media was still ablaze. Journalists were still dissecting every angle of the controversy, and critics were waiting to see if the pressure would break him. Would he crumble under the weight of public scrutiny, or would he let his game do the talking? The first few overs were tense. The opposition bowlers were aggressive, knowing that an early wicket could shift the momentum. But Rohit, unfazed, played his natural game. Then came the moment that changed everything. A short pitch delivery. Rohit rocked back and pulled it over deep mid-wicket for 6. The stadium erupted. It wasn't just a shot, it was a statement. With every boundary, every perfectly timed cover drive, he answered his critics without saying a word. Commentators marveled at his composure. Fans celebrated every run as a victory over the insult that had been thrown at him. It was poetic justice. Rohit Sharma, the man who had been body-shamed just days before, was now dominating one of the most crucial matches of his career. Meanwhile, outside the stadium, the backlash against the Congress leader, Sharma Mohammed, intensified. The pressure had reached its peak. Facing mounting criticism, he finally broke his silence. A statement was released, attempting to downplay the remark, calling it a misunderstanding and claiming it was taken out of context. But it was too late. The damage was done. Rohit Sharma, through sheer skill and determination, had flipped the narrative. He was no longer the subject of a controversy. He was the hero of the moment. The insult that was meant to bring him down had only fueled his fire. And as he raised his bat to acknowledge the roaring crowd, one thing was clear: the best response to hate is success. As the match ended in a glorious victory for India, Rohit Sharma stood tall, not just as a captain who led his team to success, but as a symbol of resilience in the face of unnecessary criticism. The insult that had once overshadowed the semi-final was now nothing more than a footnote in history. His bat had spoken louder than any words ever could. Meanwhile, the Congress leader's attempt at damage control fell flat. The public wasn't willing to accept weak justifications, and the backlash served as a wake-up call about the consequences of body shaming, especially when directed at someone who represents the country on a global stage. This incident was a reminder of the immense pressure athletes face, not just to perform but also to meet unrealistic physical expectations. It sparked an important conversation. Why is body shaming still tolerated, even in professional sports? Shouldn't an athlete be judged solely on their skill and dedication? In the end, Rohit Sharma didn't just win a match, he won respect. His response was not through words or controversy, but through excellence on the field. And as he walked off, bat raised, he left behind a powerful message: success is the best revenge. What do you think about this controversy? Should athletes be judged by their performance alone, or do physical standards still play a role in professional sports? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button to support us, and subscribe for more in-depth stories from the world of sports. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share this video with your friends, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching.